So you moved, even though
I was just curious what would happen because I could see this big like studio space behind me,
Yeah.
but I was scared of going in that direction because I knew there was a chair behind me, like in real life, right? And I was like, okay, but also there's supposed to be a chair around me because I think I'm supposed to be like statyczna in this experience. So I went to the side. I'm like, oh, there are instruments there, and I was like, maybe if I move closer, the image will get closer, but it didn't. So that was kind of odd. I was like, okay, so there's no point. I guess I should just stand here. And I was like, oh God, I hope no one's watching me be like this in one place. So I became a bit self-conscious. So it was like I was kind of getting into it, but then I would feel self-conscious because I know that I'm making stupid movements and that my head is like, oh, look, there are pipes in the ceiling. Okay, that's cool. And I look down like, oh, look, there's a floor. So it's just, I'm trying to think if I would actually enjoy something like a longer format film, if I would want to do like half an hour of this or not, if that's even going to be possible, because I did feel a bit, not seasick, but uncomfortable when I was moving, right? And I always imagine virtual reality as something as that you would really interact with the environment, that you would walk, and then like you would be like inside the animation or inside the film. So I guess because it's the baby steps of this, that wouldn't be happening. But it was kind of odd that it's like, okay, so I'm supposed to be in one place, and I just kind of look around. So I was like, it felt kind of limiting, but it was just so real. And then when the singer started throwing things out of his pockets, and I was like following the movement. I was like, oh, okay. I felt very silly. I'm like, but that's what he's doing, right? And then the incense starts to burn. I don't know what that was, if it was a cigarette or what. But
did you want to do something? Like, if you would like to interact with something, what would you do?
It was just weird to... It was like a mini concert, and at some point it's like, I should change something. Yeah, and I was like, who are you talking to? And I said this to myself, like, it's not real. It's not real. But I turned and I looked if there's someone like a sound engineer or like like a friend napping on the couch, and there was no one. So I was just like, are you supposed to be talking to me? Like, his eye line was not directed at me, so I was super confused. Like, are you talking to the dog? So that was a little bit weird, and I don't know if that was then like specially designed that way so that you would get confused.
So you didn't feel that you were in touch? I mean, in contact with him?
Not at all. Because I guess like he got a phone call and he laughed and he had. I don't know what the question was, like, it's too loud or I should do it differently or something, but the eye line was totally wrong because, I mean, there's no way I could have moved into his eye line anyway, like his line of sight, because I was supposed to be in that chair and he looked that way. So I looked and there was no one. So right, so I was, unless, but not that, because I have bad eyesight, but it wasn't real, so the image is so close to my eyes that of course I would see everything that's supposed to be there, right? It's not like my contacts aren't good enough for this tiny screen that's right in front of my face. So but I did have the feeling like, maybe I'm just not looking hard enough and someone is there. It's kind of weird how quickly I felt part of the space, and I kept forgetting that I wasn't. That's actually kind of frightening to think about it, because I'm like, I know this is not real, this isn't really happening, but I kept forgetting that. And this is just for 5 minutes. And I'm obviously not able to interact with anything in the environment, and still I had these moments where I was like, maybe there's someone there, or maybe I can come forward, or like maybe he'll be uncomfortable if I get too close. I'm like, what's wrong with you? This isn't really happening. That's kind of weird.
And what kind of elements did you memorize from that?
Well, there is the dog, and there was a little picture of Einstein with his tongue sticking out, and all these crazy instruments on the floor. And I was super interested what they were, all these strange percussive things that like I've never seen before. And I was like, I want to go try, I want to see. And I was jealous that he was playing the piano because I haven't played the piano in years. So it was a really cool space to look at, but it was kind of like in front, it was quite close, so it was as if I could interact with the space. But everything behind just seemed really far away. So what was in the background, I didn't pay too much attention to, because it just seemed like it was on purpose that I couldn't go there. But what was closer to me, and I saw these different percussive instruments on the floor, I wanted to kind of go closer to them. And I spent a lot of time focusing on the singer. I was like, I know your face, I know you from somewhere, this is so familiar, but you're not Rufus Wainwright, who are you? And then at the end I saw Patrick Watson. I was like, okay, because he's from my hometown, so I'm from Montreal, so I know his music a little bit, and his face was just so familiar, because I was like, but why do I know you? Cool. And then at the end I saw the French last name, so I was like, okay, yeah, this makes sense, and then Patrick Watson, so cool. So it was kind of neat.
Nice coincidence. Maybe the guy from your hometown in virtual reality.
And it's weird because he looks like Rufus Wainwright, who's also from Montreal. And I'm like, but it's not Rufus. It's not his music. It was just very confusing. So it's like, this is weird because I know you, but I don't know you. And
Yeah.
and I want to play the piano.
I think it was very thought out.
Mm-hmm.
With the subject. Actually, it was just in the end I understand that I actually watched a music video.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like in the beginning, oh, there's a guy, he's going to play something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the space told me a lot about who this guy is, and it maybe told me maybe who I am. If I'm one of his friends, I was thinking I'm one of. He's playing his latest song for one of his friends, so I felt very like connected to the place as well. And I think that this also, like there was like a key moment a little bit into the film when he was looking at me.
Yeah,
Just
so you
like,
got it. Not everybody gets it.
No, I was thinking if I would have my head over here, no, I wouldn't have seen it.
Mm.
So this made me feel part of what's going on, that
Okay.
he's like looking, but also the dog, I thought, was because I'm observing him and the dog is observing me.
Cool.
And this I thought was very good because then I really felt if the dog
Part
wouldn't
of the
be there,
team.
I would meet maybe more of a ghost.
Yeah.
But now the dog was it was not that clear. I couldn't really see if the dog was looking at me or what. But anyway, I felt and the dog was moving a little bit. I think it was the dog was genius.
Cool. Cool
thing
that you're saying it. Yeah.
to put
Yeah.
in there. So I felt really. And also that there was lots of details in the environment. I think this was good because that made it. I can sort of think what happened here. Okay,
Yeah.
this is where he records. Okay, this is his kitchen there.
Yeah.
So there was always something to think about. But the guy was interesting also, I think. And I think it was good also that he was not looking at me all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that would feel. That's not the natural way if you play the song for someone.
Did you want to move and go somewhere specifically?
No,
No.
I felt I was a guest, maybe.
And you wanted to stay where you were?
And I wanted to stay in this place. Also, I didn't really see a way out. It was like
a bubble.
like if there would be a corridor going somewhere, I would probably be distracted. I felt it was like a closed space, not claustrophobic, but it was still like not suggesting that I could go somewhere else. And I was in the center also.
And did you look at your body?
Yes, I did this. I didn't see anything.
And it was no.
But it was
problem.
like a reflex. I wanted to like. I looked down and then I put out my hand and just. I think it was that I knew, of course, intellectually that I would not see my hand, but still I just wanted to like feel my hand moving and not seeing it. I don't know why this. Why
and it was not a
this.
problem for you not to have a body.
Sorry.
Wasn't it a problem for you not to have any body? Like you didn't jump out on from the world.
Maybe no, it wasn't a problem. Maybe this that nothing happened in the air, nothing happened in what I saw when I actually did something. This, but when I looked down and that there was no body, I think it was that was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. It was just this darkness and this cushion I was sitting on.
Yeah.
I thought it worked. But then also I know a little bit. I read about these cameras and I understand you have, like intellectually, I understand you have to hide the rig in some way. Like so, and this is not. So maybe. I had this information, so I knew I wouldn't. I remember the screen, the computer screen, the ashtray, because I thought it was weird that he had his phone in the ashtray. I didn't see the phone until when he took it out. Yeah. But I was observing the cigarette all the time, with the smoke. Mm-hmm. So the screen, the smoke, the dog, And these were, for some reason, these were the elements I like returned to looking at for some reason all the time. Like
Cool. Okay. So you had those.
it was those three things, except for this character. I was watching him also.